Hi, my name is Lindsay Markle, and I'm a senior content strategist at Pixo. At Pixo, we really value accessibility. Everything we build is accessible, and we encourage our clients to follow accessibility best practices when they're publishing online, including writing better alt text. But we also know that writing good alt text can just feel tricky. It can seem mysterious to folks. So I'm here with a quick primer, some best practices, and real world examples to get you, yes, you, writing better alt text today. Great place to start. What is alt text? Alt text is short for alternative text, the alternative to an image. It's a brief text description of images and graphics. It boosts SEO, the findability of your content online, and it's absolutely essential for accessibility. The goal of good alt text is to describe the image's purpose, not every detail that you can see within the image. And this is really the heart of what we're looking at today. General guidelines for writing alt text. There's really only a couple. Keep it short and meaningful, and focus on the image's purpose within the content. For instance, you could use the same image in 3 different contexts, and the image could have different alt text each time. And we'll look at an example of that. Thankfully, the example is this beautiful golden retriever. So if you were publishing this image on a pet adoption website, what is the purpose of the image within the content? You're probably trying to highlight the dog itself. Maybe this beautiful dog is up for adoption, or you're just trying to highlight the beautiful nature, the friendly nature, gregarious nature of golden retrievers. So alt text for this image on a pet adoption website could read, a golden retriever having fun in a field, showing its friendly nature. Say that you're publishing this photo on the LinkedIn page. You're working for a dog food brand and you run their LinkedIn page. What fun. And you want to publish this image with a post. You might want to focus on the dog's health. Boy, this dog is looking hale and hearty today. A golden retriever looking happy and healthy. In an article about photography tips, totally different context. What would this, you'd be focusing on the elements of the photo of this image. I don't know a lot about photography, but I came up with this, a shot of a golden retriever in a fall field using natural light. So the same image, completely different context and different alt text each time. While looking at these examples, don't stress if your alt text would have been slightly different or very different from what I wrote. There's a lot of interpretation involved, which I think this is why it stresses people out. There's no single right answer when it comes to writing alt text. Sorry. We could write 100 different versions of alt text for the same image, and they could all be correct in different ways. Stick to the best practices, rules of thumb. I promise you'll be fine. What about people in images? Do you need to describe people in your images? The answer is only when their identity, their role, or their action in the photo is relevant and central to the purpose of the image and why you're including it in whatever you're publishing. Skip physical descriptions of people unless it's critical to the context. For instance, this image of a very cool looking person, no need to get into physical descriptions of the person unless it's directly relevant to the content, which it rarely is. So for alt text for this image, a person sipping a drink at a bar. That's totally enough. That's very clear. That's good alt text. Let's talk about some common mistakes people make when writing alt text. Number 1, avoid redundancy. You don't need to say an image of or a photo of. It's just clutter in the alt text. Anything that's reading that alt text and processing it already understands it's an image. So just get right to it. An image of a man wearing headphones and working on a laptop. Much clearer, much more direct. A man wearing headphones and working on a laptop. Don't describe every minor detail of the image, right? You need to focus on the purpose and keep it concise. So for this imaginary image, for instance, if you see in the image a person standing at the front of a room holding a microphone, speaking to a small group of people, and some of them in there are taking notes, some on their laptop, some on a notebook, we don't need all that. We just need a purpose. A person is giving a presentation to a small group at a tech event. Clear? Nice. You might be thinking, but Lindsay, I'm still scared. And I'm here to say, that's okay. There are lots of tools to help you test your alt text, including the Wave browser extension. This will check all sorts of accessibility issues, including your alt text. There are lots of resources online, and Pixo's here to help if you need help. I promise you can do it. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. I hope you learned something about alt text that you can put into practice in your everyday work. I believe in you. You can do this. Follow best practices, keep it simple, keep it brief, and you'll be better than you were before, which is really the goal. Thanks so much.